Hey, what's going on? Welcome to this video. In this video, I want to share with you 7 tips that are going to help your confidence. They're just going to really skyrocket your confidence, and it's really going to take that confidence on a boost to another level. So stay tuned until the end of the video because I'm really excited to share these 7 tips with you that have helped me in my life to actually be more confident. I can't imagine all those times that I felt so insecure about myself. So going into that, fear, it's one of the biggest character that holds you back. It's there to protect us, but a lot of the time it overprotects us. It holds you back and limits you from actually opportunities in life. I know that I had a big fear for public speaking, and I know now that I look back, I can see all of the opportunities that I missed because I never confronted that fear. I never really went through it, and I never went in the right direction. I never had anybody really hold my hand and say, let's go through it. Let's take baby steps and really get you comfortable with public speaking. So I had to break that through myself. And it took me many years to actually get over that. But now I realize that, all of that really hold me back. And to be honest, all of that came from either a personal experience or limiting beliefs or all the programming that we've got, all the stuff that we got from when we were kids. I know my parents used to be very shy, and they still are very shy. So all of that was programming to myself, and more importantly, those fears, those limiting beliefs, really carry on through my future and my mature life. So that really hold me back. So to go into that, you have to identify your limiting beliefs about the situations where you have fears about. What is it going on to your head? What is it the talk that you're having with yourself? And more importantly, you have to confront those fears. Even if it's baby steps that just take you slightly out of your comfort zone, you're still moving in the right direction. If it's public speaking, just the fact that you're able to walk into a room full of people and stand there without doing anything. The next step might be to actually start looking at people. And then the next step might be to wave at people. And slowly, each time, just carry on and pushing yourself a little bit farther. You don't have to jump in there and make a whole presentation right off the bat, even though that's what we're expected to do. That really just freaks us out. So what you're having fears on, as soon as you start confronting them, even if it's with those little baby steps, you're going to notice that comes naturally, that it just starts coming out. And the more that you get fears, because fears are always going to be coming to you. The difference is going to be the way you deal with it. And the sooner you start dealing with them by confronting them, by actually just striking through them by baby steps, even if it's just those little baby steps that are going to take you on the right direction rather than running back. The more you run away from them, the more you run back from them, the more powerful they become. And the more story that you create in your head, it's going to be stronger because you're actually physically, you're giving them a proof of why you need to stay away from that. So that's what I have to do, say on fear. So use it on your advantage, confront it. Make it a fuel for you to break through different comfort zones. And like I said, it doesn't have to be completely all the way. It could be those baby steps that are going to take you there. Those baby steps are going to make you go in the right direction and automatically unwind you to different comfort zones. Your comfort zone is going to start spreading farther and farther and farther until you have actually gone over all of it. So I hope that helps. The other thing that I want to share, the second tip I want to share with you, it's actually the conversation you have with yourself. We are our worst enemies, and we will hold ourselves back. All of those fears and limiting beliefs, they come into our head. We talk to ourselves and we hold ourselves back. We are our worst enemies. We put ourselves in so much pain inside our heads. You have to grab a hold of that conversation that you're having in your head and switch it around to something positive. You might be telling yourself how hard it is and how difficult it will be to actually get in front of a public, to get in front of this camera. It was so difficult for me at the beginning, and I broke through it. And now I'm here and I feel more comfortable, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying sharing with you this information because it really excites me to get this information to you that will help you. So those baby steps, at the beginning I started with just shooting video in private in the corner, just kind of listening to it, deleting it because I didn't feel it was good. I felt nervous, but slowly, the more I did it, the more I kept pushing myself one step at a time, to the point that I love now recording videos. I really enjoy it. So I invite you to look into your head and really find out that conversation you're having with yourself. You might be telling yourself how embarrassing it's going to be, what people are thinking of you, how they judge you, what they see you as, or what you think they see you as, because that's all an image in your head. It's nothing real about it. It's really not even a chance that what's going on in your head, it's really what's happening out there. And really and really having that momentum of positivity is creating a positive story in your head about how great it's going to be, how excited you are to be in front of people, how excited it is for you, and how easy, more importantly, it is for you. Keep telling yourself that. It's so easy for me to be in front of these people. It's so fun, so much fun. People love me. They really enjoy, they laugh at my jokes. They really are intrigued by my conversation. It's so easy for me to do this. It's so easy for me to do that. It actually is so much fun. That's just gonna empower you. And this, with the first step, is just gonna take you easier into those baby steps of moving forward towards your fear, or breaking through your fears. So I really invite you to change that conversation, because we're already doing it. We're not doing anything new. We're actually just telling ourselves all the negative things. So it's already happening. It's just a matter of going in there and just flipping it around, switching the movie that you're living in your head, that story, that things that you're telling to yourself about that situation. If you switch it around to a positive one, you're going to empower yourself. You're going to feel good. And you're just going to keep moving forward. Whatever happens in that scenario, and after you've done it and through the process of it, the more you actually be positive about it, you are going to be able to reframe all of these situations that are going to empower you. How many times have people gone through those same fears that you have? Some people are really good at it. Other people have fucked up and really are horrible at it, but they're still very confident doing it. They're confident in their own skin. That's the difference. That's the conversation. They have a different belief about it. They have a different conversation about that specific thing that you're actually fearing. So switch that around, and it's going to empower your confidence level. It's really going to skyrocket. Another thing I want to share with you, the third tip, is that we're always seeking and always trying to get something unattainable. We put our goals into something unattainable. We're always focused on wanting something we do not have, something that is so far away from us. And that puts so much pressure into us, but also more importantly, we become attached to wanting. We become attached to the results. And attachment will bring suffering. It only brings pain. If you don't have it, because you don't have it, and when you get it, to sustain it and to keep it, it brings you suffering. The only real thing about anything that you're trying to get is a conversation with yourself. So when you really think about it, when you get that, or when you obtain the new car, the new house, or when you get there to the new profession, whatever it is that you're trying to get, the only thing that has changed is the physical thing, because now you're not happy anymore. You're looking for the next thing. The only real thing was a conversation you had. It is not what you were expecting. And if it's slightly like it, it probably will last you only a few moments. And then it will change. It will be after the next thing. What we forget is to appreciate what we have, to be grateful for what we have, to be grateful for the roof that you have, for the car that you have, for having a job, for actually being here, for actually waking up in the morning, for having a meal. All of those things that are here that we do not acknowledge. The people, the partner that you wake up to, the family that you have. When you ignore all of those things, we get caught up in wanting something that it's not there. And it's not bad to actually want something or to choose something. It's just a matter where your focus is at. If you start focusing on the process, on the growth, you're gonna keep going in the same road to obtaining it. The difference is that you're gonna be more happy, and the journey is gonna be more fun for you. And you're gonna be away from the results, because whether it happens or not, it doesn't matter. You're going in the right direction. You are in the process, and all the things that you learn along the way are gonna be so personal growth for you. They're really gonna take you to a new level of not only confidence, but of knowledge and experience, and for you to take on other things. I know we used to have these businesses back in the day when I started, and I always fail at them. At the beginning, I always fail. I always did something, and I always was attached to the result. I always wanted the result, but never focused on the process. I was never committed to the process. When you're not committed to the process, then you're committed to the result, and you just want things to happen like that. And when it didn't happen, I was like miserable and in pain and just suffering. But I realize now that if I focus on the process, all those things, now I make use of them in other projects and different things. So you take those things, whether you got the result or not at the end, it doesn't matter. All the stuff that you just learn along the journey, you take it to new things, and it makes your life easier and really opens up new doors and more opportunities for you. So as long as you're in the right path, just keep focusing on the process and be grateful for what you have around you. That's really going to take your confidence to a new level, because now you're in a state of gratitude. You're not in a state of chasing something that is not real or something that is not there yet. You're not in a state of really obtaining something, or that pain of getting it or not getting, or being attached to it. And even when you get it, let that attachment go. You got it. But if you stick with it, you're gonna suffer from keeping it. If it's a new car, somebody scratches it, it's gonna bring me so much pain. If it breaks down, whatever it is, a situation, it's gonna bring you so much pain. Let go of the attachment to it. That brings me to the other point. Focus on helping people rather than obtaining something for you. If you start focusing on helping people and doing something good for other people, automatically shifts your confidence level. You become confident because now you have a greater or a bigger purpose beyond you. You're not trying to get something for you. You don't have the pressure of obtaining something. So when you go out there, when you are going through social life, to things that make you uncomfortable, your confidence level is just going to skyrocket, because now you're not trying to get accepted. You're not trying to get value. You're not trying to obtain things for you that makes your confidence level lower. You're not trying to be admired. You're not trying to gain anything specifically for you, whether it's physical or materialistic or emotional. You're not trying to get anything for yourself. So when you shift that to actually helping others, to giving to people, that automatically shifts. And your confidence level goes up, because now you're doing things for the right reasons. You're helping people. I don't know if you've been in a situation, I've been in there, where actually I've done things in public to helping people. And I look back and I'm like, wow, I wasn't able to do that for myself. Like, I tried it before and I was just so scared and so unconfident. But when I did it for someone else, automatically shifted my confidence level. It completely shifted to so much power and empowering, because now I was just taking care of somebody. I was helping somebody. And it just completely diminished all the pressure that I have, eliminated all the beliefs, the negative beliefs I had about the situation. And whether things work out or not, when you see it from helping other people, you take away the attachment of the results, which I talked to you about a minute ago. You take away the results attachment, because now these things, or the things that you're doing, are for that person. Whatever it is you're doing, you're making your effort and your best effort to helping other people, and that will shift your confidence level.
Okay, the next tip I want to share with you is that if you're going to focus on your weaknesses, focus on them to grow, not for attachment for any result, or for obtaining something, or even more importantly, for the lack of having those abilities, or the lack of actually having them. Focus on them for personal growth, and focus on the process of growing in them. Just focus on the training, on whatever it is that you need to do to actually expand and make them better. But do not get attached to what you don't have, or what you're not capable of doing, or what you're not capable of having. So just focus on those weaknesses in order to improve yourself. That should be your main focus. All of the process and the learning of it.
The sixth tip I want to share with you is actually stop comparing yourself with others. We tend to compare ourselves with people that are more successful, with people that are around us that are getting the most out of our life, that are happier, that are obtaining material things, that physical things that are really more attractive. Physically, they work out, they're getting things easier, or they have worked their butts off to obtain certain things, and we compare ourselves to them, and we make ourselves feel miserable because we're not there. How come this person has it and I don't have it yet? Oh, this person is so committed to working out and I'm not. And you keep telling yourself all these negative things. I'm not saying not to be committed to working out. I'm just saying when you start comparing, this is in the concept of comparing yourself with others. When you stop comparing yourself to others, then you stop feeling bad about it. But you obviously are in the same road of achievement and self-growth. I'm not saying to stop and not actually move forward with all your goals and everything that you're going to. I'm just saying to change the focus to personal growth and really focus on the process and just enjoying the journey of going in that direction and being committed to the process. If you need to be at the gym every day because you have a goal of something, commit to it. Commit to being committed to being 5-6 times, as an example, 5-6 times per week at the gym because you have a goal. But don't be attached to obtaining the goal. Be committed to going the 6 days a week to the gym, as an example, from among other things that you are trying to get to. But stop comparing yourself to other people who are getting better results, who are obtaining things that you want or that they have, which makes you want them as well. When you stop comparing yourself to others, then you realize that a lot of the pain just moves away from you, and you also become more relaxed in yourself and more accepting of yourself. I mean, how many people actually compare themselves to people who have less than you? If you really think about it, it will make you grateful. You see some people that are living in the streets. That should make you feel grateful for what you have, instead of comparing yourself to somebody who has something that you do not have. So just stop comparing yourself to other people. It will shift that confidence level as well. It will help you through all of that. And the 7th tip I want to share with you, which is the last tip, it's actually taking physical movement in your body to feel more confident. That will help your brain actually be confident booster. If you grouch yourself like that, you start feeling unconfident and depressed. But when you sit down and you sit wide and you sit straight and you really make your body look confident, that will send a message to your brain, and that will help you trigger that confidence as well. When you move around, when you walk on the street, how are you walking? Because that also dictates the message to your brain, that dictates how your emotional level, how you're feeling everywhere you go. So also, if you're working out, if you're doing activities that actually trigger that chemical in your body to make you feel good and confident, that will help you too. So physical activities, physical postures, and the way you move around physically will send a message to your brain to be more confident, to be more secure of yourself, to actually hold straight. I don't know if you noticed, but when you're feeling unconfident, we automatically close ourselves on a shell. That actually keeps us there. But even if you will feel uncomfortable in situations and you really hold yourself straight, you will realize that sooner or later you will come back to a confident state. So those are 7 tips that are going to help you skyrocket your confidence levels. So I hope that helps. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.